Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show, where you'll find health and fitness inspiration, motivation, and information shared in 15-minute episodes. Tune in while getting a move on to make leading and enjoying the benefits of a healthy lifestyle almost too easy. It's the Fit 15. And now your host, Catherine Basu.
Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show. I'm your host, Catherine Basu, and my guest today is Shellye Arnold, the CEO and president of the Memorial Park Conservancy in Houston, Texas. She is back to continue the conversation we started yesterday about Memorial Park. In yesterday's episode, we talked about what makes Memorial Park so special and the first part of the master plan for the park, the Eastern Glades project. Today, Shellye is back to continue our conversation and talk to us about the next major update for the park, the Central Connector project, as well as some fun activities and events you can enjoy in the park while you wait for that project to be completed. Before I dive back into our conversation, here is a little bit more about Shellye. Shellye joined the Conservancy in 2013 and has led the creation and adoption of the 2015 Memorial Park Master Plan, launched its associated capital campaign, initiated project execution, and transitioned the management and operations of 1,100 acres of Memorial Park to the Conservancy. Shellye and the leadership team she established grew the organization from 3 employees to 25 and from a $500,000 annual budget to a $17 million annual budget. This year, the Conservancy announced a $70 million donation to Memorial Park, the largest private donation in the history of the Houston Park system, which established a $205 million public-private partnership commitment for Memorial Park's capital campaign and secured maintenance and operations funding for the park. Shellye and her team have also delivered multiple park improvements, including the planting of over 100,000 trees and seedlings, ecological restoration work applied to 600 acres of park space, amenity upgrades, and enhanced user experience. As a native Houstonian, Shellye cares deeply about our parks, bayous, green spaces, and the wildlife that inhabit them. Here she is to take us behind the scenes of the exciting updates coming to Memorial Park.
The next project will be, it's called the Central Connector project. One of the biggest offenses or the biggest wounds of the park is something that many of us enjoy. It's Memorial Drive coming through the park.
Sure.
It's also, it divides the park in half. It's basically a 6-lane highway right through the middle of the biggest piece of green infrastructure in the city.
Yep.
And the biggest green space right in the middle of the city is cut right in half by Memorial Drive. And one of the most common requests we got during the master planning input process was, please give me safe crossings across Memorial Drive. Please allow me access to the other side of the park. Mostly people wanted to go from the north side where the trail is, the running trail, to the south side where the woods are. And it's almost impossible to do that easily. Yeah. And we do have one wonderful bridge on one edge of the park that facilitates a safe crossing. It's a great experience. It's called the Living Bridge from our last capital campaign. But that's one. And then there's the rest of the length of Memorial Drive. And so how can we enhance that? Well, one way we're going to enhance that actually is there will be another bridge to complement the Living Bridge at the other end of the park. But what about the middle? That's a long stretch, the middle.
Right, probably about a mile, right, between one end and the actual bridge. So
it's more than that actually. But there's 2 lights on Memorial Drive this Central Connector, which is composed of multiple pieces, one of which is a bridge, a living bridge, a nature bridge. That will be between the 2 lights that are on Memorial Drive right in the middle of the park. And we're designing it now, but it'll be approximately 20-ish acres. There will be 2 pieces of the bridge, really 2 bridges. And we'll put prefab tunnels on Memorial Drive, and Memorial Drive will be rebuilt as in this process. We'll put prefab tunnels on Memorial Drive and then cover that with land, with dirt. And then it'll be 30 or so feet tall. And that's really unusual for Houston to have a hill like that.
Right.
When you're crossing, you won't even know that you're crossing Memorial Drive. It'll be so expansive. And it will be actually, we're surrounding it with 50 acres or so. These are all approximate numbers because we're in design right now. It'll be 50 acres or so of wet prairie and meadows.
Oh,
that
wow.
serves as a stormwater management function. And so we're enhancing the stormwater management infrastructure of the park significantly with this project. One way we're doing that is through this 50 acres-ish of prairie. Another way we're doing it is to put a culvert under Memorial Drive, under these tunnels, that will serve as both a stormwater drain for the water that can't be absorbed by the prairie, the stormwater, and it will serve as a wildlife corridor, a wildlife tunnel under Memorial Drive. The bridges and the meadows combined, the 50 acres of wet meadow and prairie, and the bridges combined will constitute somewhere between, let's say, 70 and 80 acres approximately. And that will be a whole experience of wandering through trails. It will be right on the edge of the Seymour Lieberman Trail. And so we're going to accommodate for people who want to pull off the Seymour Lieberman Trail and cross onto and experience the bridge and into the other side of the park. It'll be cool. It'll be really cool. Green wins over gray in this scenario. We're adding acreage to the park, and the park is winning over the road. It doesn't happen that much in Houston, so it's pretty cool.
No, I mean, I'm jealous that I'm not in Houston anymore.
You're going to want to move back just for this. Actually, there's so much innovation and improvements in green spaces and parks. You might want to move back for that. There's a lot of great things going on. This is actually one of the nation's largest and most significant green space and park improvements going on in an urban park in the country right now. Houston has a lot of those and has had for the past 2 decades, a number of the most prestigious, most impressive, most innovative green and parks projects in the country. And now we have these wonderful award-winning parks that you probably experienced when you were down here more.
Yeah.
But we're really excited. So the central connector that I described with the land bridge and the prairies will be open in 2022. So there will be some construction. Your listeners will see lots of fencing, and they'll see some disruption. It will be worth it. It will be worth it for Houston for decades to come, but starting soon. We have a bunch of other projects in the park. Your users might be interested to know that one of the projects.
Hi friends, it's Catherine, and if you are joining us for a walk and only have 15 minutes, that was your halfway point reminder. You want to turn around now. All right, back to Shellye.
Is a new timing track and a running complex on the south side of Memorial Drive where the Running Trail Center will be. We're raising funds for that now. The other two I described are funded. The Central Connector and the Eastern Glade. They'll be finished again by 2020 and 2022, the Central Connector being the later of the two projects. But as soon as we, complete fundraising for the running complex, we'll be putting that into play. We have another project called Memorial Grove that is a tribute. It's a wonderful project. It's a tribute to the soldiers that trained here and died in World War I, that trained here at Camp Logan, which is now Memorial Park. And there's so much more in this short podcast. I can't even fill you on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say for people that want to follow up, where's the best place to kind of stay up to date? I know, like I said, I saw you guys had a lot of information in the running center, but I mean, I'm sure the website, like, where are some good places to kind of learn more as the projects continue?
Sure. The running center at 7575 North Picnic Loop that's off Memorial Drive. That is a good place to come and see visuals. The easiest place is certainly on our website, memorialparkconservancy.org, or by following us on Facebook, following us on Twitter, following us on Instagram, and joining one of our membership programs. We have different membership programs. We have a membership program called Friends of Memorial Park, and that you sign, and you can find this, sign up for this on our website. That program provides very special experiences for people to come in and experience the park in like with tours and things like that, in group settings, and just special things to do. And then we have a second membership program that targets young professionals called Urban Wild, and that group also experiences Memorial Park in a pretty festive way. Anyone, by the way, can join that group. We have a wonderful party coming up on November 8th, which is an annual party called the Bridge Bash. It was Culture Map. I think it was Culture Map last year or so named it one of the top top 10 parties in Houston in the year.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. It's on this bridge we call the Living Bridge over Memorial Drive.
Mm-hmm.
And it opens up to this green space, and it's a lot of fun. We have DJ and food and drinks, of course, and just having the bridge shuts down once a year for this party, and just having this experience and having this access to this space that not very many people actually know about is lots of fun.
I know. Yeah. It's funny. I used to do a little walking group, and I was trying to have people meet at that running center. And I was surprised, because it was new when I, started those walks,
Right.
But just people didn't know, but it's such a great space and right by the bridge. So
that's cool. That's cool. We have other events, so I told you how to get a hold of us, and you can join our membership programs, which I would really strongly advise, because you do get up-to-date information. At least sign up for our e-newsletter. We make all kinds of fun announcements, fun things coming up. Also, we announce what's happening in the park in terms of the construction through these different venues and vehicles. We have a lot of events coming up. We do very active programs now in the park that your listeners might really enjoy. We just had actually a party on the lawn. It was a lawn party with free beer and games and food trucks and dogs. And we had a dog adoption event, a dog awareness and adoption event paused in the park last Saturday. What's coming up the rest of this month, we have a walk in the woods. It's hike with our Conservancy staff.
Oh,
and
cool.
That's going to be it's going to be fun. It'll be on September 18th, and you meet here at the Running Trail Center, 7575 North Picnic Lane. And again, I would advise going on one of our many places and checking it out and signing up for it. We have a volunteering event on September 22nd. So we're going to volunteer and then drink some beer if you want to. St. Arnold is sponsoring, and we'll have some food trucks. And so that'll be fun. And then we have yoga twice a month. Once a month is sunrise yoga, and then we have evening yoga. The sunrise yoga is always the last Saturday of the month at 8 a.m. And then the evening yoga is the first Thursday at 6 p.m. And we just, we have all these kind of things coming up throughout the year. We have other events, in the spring, for example, we have a gala that people tell us it's one of the most fun galas that they go to in the city. And it's not a super dressy, stuffy one. It's lots of fun. And
sure.
We also have the Bridge Bash I told you about. We have a golf tournament. These are all fundraisers, by the way, these. We have a fun run that's typically a 4-mile fun run that ends with a brunch. So it's the brunch run. People enjoy the brunch run a lot. When else can you justify eating very fun food? It's so early in the morning. That's always in April or May. So I hope your listeners do come and explore what this treasure that they have. Probably most of them have actually been here, but they may only know one aspect of this park. And this is a multifaceted, rich park with so much opportunity for everyone to enjoy. It's Houston's largest public health asset. Houston's largest piece of green infrastructure. It's a fun place to meet people. It's a fun place to bring your dog. It's a fun place to bring your stroller. It's a fun place to come alone. People tell us that they met their future spouse here, that they cured their cancer here, that they overcame their addictions, that they just became a healthier, stronger, more grounded person and happier by spending a lot of time in this park. And so I would encourage you all to do so and give back to the park too, whether it's with your time, whether it's with your money, whether it's with your enthusiasm and advocacy. Just give back to what you take from and enjoy.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's really cool to see what's going on, all these awesome updates. And like you said, I mean, so I'm a personal trainer, so I get people that, want help getting motivated. But when you have such a beautiful place and so many options, it makes it really easy to, not have it feel like a chore to be, trying to improve your health, right? You can actually enjoy it. So it's so cool to see what the park's doing. And that's really, and it doesn't have to always be serious, right? You can have a beer, you can do something fun, you can go to a gala event and
you can meet people, it's people come here often for that purpose because they find like-minded people that appreciate this space and make lots of people make friends here.
And to me too, I mean, I have a background, I did a double major in biology and environmental science. So I love just the idea of the central
that's
connector.
cool.
Yeah. And like now
That's
you're bringing me
cool.
back to my roots, and it's great to see what it'll be doing for the city of Houston, but it sounds like it could be a good, starting point to encourage other cities to do more as well. So it's really exciting to see that.
Well, thanks. We actually have a lot of best practices that we're implementing. The work that we're doing is driven, it's really informed by data and science. And we have a strong partnership with universities such as A&M, with Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, who fund us to do studies on this land to, for example, learn the best way to restore a Gulf Coast prairie, which are extremely endangered and very valuable ecologies. And we're doing these studies. We have a team of conservation scientists. We're doing these studies, and then we write them up, and other people use them. And then we learn from other folks too. We're partnering with a lot of the prairie organizations. We're sharing seeds. We're growing native plants together. With the Arboretum and Nature Center, we're sharing this ability to grind trees, especially use the drought ones, for example, and create soil enhancement from what grew on the site to begin with, so that it continues to grow and thrive. And so we have great partnerships, and this is such a great space.
Yeah, no, that's really awesome, Shellye. Well, and a lot of this has been under your leadership. So, have to thank you for all that you've done, for the park, just, for my friends there, and when I get to go back and visit. So. Oh,
you can say it was under my leadership, but I'll tell you, I have a wonderful set of staff that I brought in, who are
awesome.
phenomenal. They're so talented. They're the very best at what they do, and they're passionate and driven. I have a wonderful board of directors who, give everything they can to help this cause and support us staff. I have wonderful partners, and I've mentioned many of them, but there are many that I didn't mention. The Trees for Houston is a great example. So it's a kind of a community that's leading this effort together. And I am honored to be in the role I'm in as part of this community and leadership. And we hope really to leave this legacy for the city for many, many generations. And thanks for allowing us to inform your listeners and hopefully inspire your listeners.
Yeah, we'll have to have people share, after they listened and they've gone out and enjoyed something new in the park, whether it's a volunteering opportunity they didn't do before, or just a new trail. We'll have to encourage them to share their pictures on social media to get their friends out there too.
Yes, please have them tag us, or please have them post directly on, to make sure that they include us in their loop, Memorial Park Conservancy. That would be great, in their social media loop, whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, Shellye, this has been really great, just getting to learn more about the park and what's to come. And yeah, I'm on the website now. I can see all these great links, and that, they have the Facebook page and all that. I'll link it to the show notes. We'll do show notes for the podcast as well. Anything else you want to leave people with? I mean, I feel really, really inspired after our chat, but.
I'll leave people with this. Whatever neighborhood park is by you, or whatever neighborhood green space, care for that, steward that, feel ownership for that, and support that. Because it takes us all, there aren't enough tax dollars in the system for the city to take care of everything, and they do a great job with what they have, but feel ownership for what's yours as a citizen. This park is yours as a citizen. The neighborhood public park by you is yours as a citizen. Take care of it. Take care of it.
Love that. Well, thank you so much, Shellye.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Fit 15. For show notes and more, visit fitarmadillo.com/podcast. See you next time.
Hi, friends. It's Catherine, and I just wanted to pop by with a few little notes of things I didn't want you to miss. First, this conversation was actually the second half of a conversation I had with Shellye Arnold. So if you missed yesterday's episode, be sure to go back and listen to that to learn more about what makes Memorial Park so special, and more about its history and some of the changes that have already been implemented as part of the master plan. The second thing I wanted to mention is that there's actually 2 fun social media campaigns, one through Memorial Park and one through my fitness company, Fit Armadillo, that you can be a part of to keep your fitness motivation. The one at Memorial Park is part of visit a park day, which is today, October 5th, 2018. Memorial Park wants you to share your photos of you enjoying the park and tag them on social media. To learn more about that, you can visit their social media accounts or head to the show notes for today's episode by going to fitarmadillo.com/podcast, where you will also find details about the Fit Armadillo October Fitness Challenge, which is a challenge to get you moving for 1 mile a day. So you might be able to do one post and use the hashtags for both challenges to get some added credit from both the Memorial Park Conservancy and Fit Armadillo. So I hope you'll check out those challenges, participate in those social media campaigns, tell your friends, get them excited about enjoying the park and enjoying all the benefits that come from moving more, especially in the beautiful Memorial Park environment. Finally, today is Friday, so there will be no new episode of the Fit 15 tomorrow. But if you subscribe to the show, you will be notified of our next episode, which will come out on Monday. I look forward to chatting with you then. If you are enjoying the show, in addition to subscribing, be sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes and Stitcher to make my day and to help other people find the podcast as well. Thanks for listening. Bye.